and I want to tell them a little bit about more about your career. You've done a lot of traveling. You have a span of education in radio, television, and even brain training. What does that mean? Brain training. Like, that's something interesting because I always talk about you have to be able to do a different mindset and train your brain to switch. And I've been doing that as well. So, what is it that you learned with the brain training? Because that's just something that, like, I'm like, oh, that connected me a lot with you, Joanne.
We have a lot of connections, Jovi, I think. But I worked for a well-known psychologist named Elsa Bear, and she asked me to create a brain training program for her patients because people were forgetting things. As you age, you do forget things. And so I looked into figuring out what different parts of the brain could do. And I'm not a brain specialist, but I read a lot, I talked to her, and I developed exercises to work on different things, like how to remember someone's name, or, exercises in doing visualization, in counting. We did just anything to stimulate your brain, lots and lots of games and interactive games. So we did this brain training in groups. It was really fun. And because there's some things that help the brain. So one I mentioned already was volunteering. Another thing that's really important for the brain is socializing, because when you socialize, you have to use a lot of different parts of your brain. You listen, you look, and you have to understand what somebody is telling you. And it might be new to you, and you might not have ever seen it like that. So that's going to click off some thinking and some neural pathways. And the whole thing is to keep creating new neural pathways so that your brain doesn't develop Alzheimer's. As long as you keep doing something that's new and challenging for your brain will keep functioning. So it's not just doing the crossword puzzle every day, because after a while, your brain knows how to do it. And then it's not challenged anymore. So learning a language is a really good way to challenge your brain. Volunteering. And then there's different foods you can eat. You can have, so my favorites are a glass of red wine every day. It's good for the brain. Although I think every other day is better for the body, but red wine's good for the brain. Dark chocolate, salmon, fruits and vegetables. If you eat a lot of those, it feeds your brain. So I made up all kinds of different games and exercises that would stimulate different parts of the brain. And that was fun. And now you asked me about what we're doing here. So we decided to create programs that are, number one, the main word, the key word is fun. F-U-N, fun. It is so much easier to remember something if you are enjoying yourself. And adults have lots of barriers.